네, 안녕하십니까.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kyung-soo Shi, researcher at Angel Robotics. Have you watched our opening performance well? Could you shake your light stick if you watch them well? Thank you. Well, actually, as a researcher, I have witnessing the new aspect of our robotics as well, and thank you for our directors as well. So now we say the theme is the meeting between technology and art, and also I'm very honored to be here as the side of science and technology. I'm talking about wearable robot, what we've developed and commercialized until now. So that's why we are invited here. So we are making the wearable robot, but we are aiming to enhance the human ability, and that's why we are doing our research. Our purpose is the first one is healthcare robotics, that's for the rehabilitation services. And furthermore, so transcended and sustainability, and even more, we want to embrace everything and want to be the standard company for the wearable robot. Unlike the other companies, so our research is based on the human fantasy. I think that's the power that enhances our capability because humans are weak. You know that. So we have to find tool and invent tool to support our ability. So there is a desire to create something that can help us. And that survival instincts create another thing to support us. So we can see many various forms in art. If you are born in 20th centuries, the robot, yeah, we say robot is from Japan. More, it's because of the craftsmanship or manufacturing things. But and in addition, we can see these types of animation or media that affect the future scientists and engineers. Between 20 or 21st centuries, the robot is more like fantasy in the lab. But some unexpected thing happened. Do you remember the Fukushima incident? Well, the nuclear disaster opened the new chapters because human cannot get enter the section. So the era answered us how we can respond this well. Our engineers' answers not easy and quite tricky. So top challenge has been conducted during that era, but it wasn't easy time. But that was the moment we started the many development during a decade. In 2011, these are only scenes we can see in the movie, sci-fi movie. But 3 weeks ago, I visited the Hangzhou in China and witnessed these types of fight in real life. So like people can bat on the side of robot, and also the robot fight against human. So there is some humor and meme made by these competitions. Maybe, and there is also fear the robotics can threaten human life. In a rapid time, we see that this fantasy come into reality, and I think that's quite a good influence. Well, actually, if we just follow the fantasy and take knowledge, we will follow the questions what I asked at the first time. We do it. We do use these robotic technologies properly in our real life? Well, there's no certain answer yet. Even leading companies cannot answer this as well. But robotics can do the back dumpling or many other activities. But still, we have to think about that how we this one adopt into our issues in social or economic matter. The wearable robot we are doing in our Angel Robotics is from the intention how can we help people. So we answer first and then ask the technology. From the first one, the Hardyman is the robot. It's the first wearable robot. It reflects the desire to enhance the human ability, and commercialization is in progress, including our company. But the progress is not easy. There was an Olympic in Cyborg 2016. Is the athlete was then paralyzed. He was a pilot and he used our wearable robot and tried to overcome the barriers. So I believe, okay, this wearable robot can help people to walk again. Still, we have many obstacles, like other leading companies, Honda or Samsung. But still, there's a realistic issues cannot overcome, such as institutional problem, or people's perception, or technological issues. But in that area, we are focusing on the medical devices sector. I'm gonna give you a detailed explanations. This one is called Angelex. We used in the opening performance. This is some sort of medical device. It also covered by the National Health Insurance, and it has more than 10,000 cases. Well, you can see the patient cannot walk alone. But with our devices, 8 weeks later, she can walk. This is quite a good and impressive effect. Well, we also supported and sold it to the disabled school. This is one video clip from the parent. So they have some competitions in fall with our devices. Well, you know that there was a baseball season. With our device, the kids can work and enjoy the game again. Well, I'm so proud of this moment as a researcher. Well, in the clinic, There are many devices used, but also I want to make this thing into household as well. The model H10 can be used outside the hospital, walking in stairs. And these types of robotics is not only helping the walking, like we are using many purpose for one cell phone. And so I think that this can be a variable adoption into another industries as well. And one of the attempt is this. We collaborate with Hanna Shin and represent this wearable robot as a fashion in a fashion show. This is one way to use, and also we are developing our technology as well. Like the vehicle company, they do the both research for commercial car, sedan, or an F1 car. This is one of our examples. This is a humanoid, wearable humanoid, unlike the other humanoid. This is the concept we present to the world for the first time. When we developed this one, we involved with a researcher who has the paralyzed legs. We joined these researchers because we really want to know how these types of machine or device or robotics can use in real life. I mentioned the Cyvaslon. Well, for the Olympics, the device is only used in the Olympic, not in the real life. But the disabled, they want to overcome the obstacles where their wheelchair cannot do in daily life, so they can live their life by their own with dignity. So you can see this wearable adapting to the body without no one's help. Now he's standing with the help of robotics and walking. And this clip have viewed more than 1.5 million views. So this one is very well known by the audience. This is the presentation I prepared for today. And Engelrobotics, our company, can recreate the human ability as well. Thank you very much.
안녕하세요.
Nice to meet you, everyone. So, thank you and hello, everyone. So easy for everyone, beautiful for experts. And we are an AI company, and I am the CEO of Soul Lab. So let me show you a brief video. Thank you so much. So the theme of my presentation is the paradigm shift in content creation in the AI era to imagination going beyond productivities. And I'm going to present on human imagination. So let me show you a very good artwork, and you can see that it's a religious scene. And the next picture artwork is that a life is about to go to heaven. These two artworks and these two images are the artwork are created by Picasso, and they were drawn by Picasso. And he drew it very young, 15 years old and 16 years each. So he was a genius. But Picasso is famous for Cubism. So these are the familiar images, like this Avignon ladies, Guernica, and Dream. So he have created this collection. And I thought about who draw this, and I thought that he's not very good at drawing, and I never thought that he's a great artist, and he's a real good. So we respect this person, and we go to the gallery and art museum to see his collection and to experience the philosophy and the message he wants to convey to us. And philosophy is being shared while we are watching and viewing his artworks. So canvas is the starting point of his artworks. And at that time, it took time to convey his artworks and to see the output of a genius. But with the development of media, photography and media, and with the 2D animation and film animation and graphics, and we have 3D animation. In 2016, I think you were at that historical moment. And we have this scene. AlphaGo competing against the Go player Isedol. I love and I'm a big fan of Go, and I thought that humans should beat AI. And there was a very important event that was happening at the time. If you look at the brain, they are like neural cells, and they are synapses. And we, through this mechanism, we have memory, and with a mathematical mechanism, we can do the learning. And a famous person discovered this idea. So we used a GPU, and like a virtual brain, we created AI and training and trained this brain. So let me put it this way. So in order to see the artwork of Picasso, we have to go to the museum art gallery to experience his work. Now, we can generate the image just looking at the pictures. Of course, there could be a critical view. So experience itself, because you can just generate, and there's a concern for that. But this happened in the past, and in the Walter Benjamin, this is widely cited, and an era where individual imagination and philosophy are important. And he said that the what shrinks in artwork in the age of mechanical reproduction is the aura of the work of art. And what is interesting is that he said that before the emergence of AI. And the message I would like to deliver to you that I'm still alive, and you can laugh. Anyway, I imagined one thing. So you combined everything, And let's create a person who loves the sculpture of Picasso. So imagine a human being, and you have to create a sculpture. And Picasso, we can make the Picasso-inspired sculpture, which is very 3D. And the image that is created out of it is this. Then I was able to think a lot as a result. So AI, it seems like we are just praising it. So the inspiration is I got from this AI artwork is that. So I thought about we can make it into like music video, and we can create a new person, and through music video and convey our message. And that was the new challenge I took. So I created a new music video, and it's called Shut Up, Please Give Me a Big Hand. Thank you so much. So I had a dream from youth. I want to have a film production. But most of you who go for that dream, there are a lot of challenges, and you need to know more, too much, and you need to have teammates. And the dream becomes diluted and breaks up. But as we move to the Gen I, we can think something new. For example, this music video I showed you is made by myself. So this cannot be only used for filmmaking. So we can reproduce the media on the media. In other words, you are various options and choices available. Then lastly, in this AI, what are the values we should have? We should learn the trends of the AI and prepare to respond to AI. That's not, I believe. And this relates to my theme or the subject from this moment on. And personal imagination, philosophy becomes very important. And this is the same vein, the Bellamy's words. And the message I want to convey with the music video is that I just don't want to show something, but I want to make people share my imagination. So AI's aura can be recreated by the human imaginers aspiring to create the community philosophy that bestows meaning. So what is most important thing in this time is that we should gain alignment through imagination, and also we should use the AI well to learn the truth of the universe. Thank you so much for listening.
Good afternoon. Technology, one of the most important concepts nowadays. When we talk about AI, 5G, XR, and other emerging technologies. But when we talk about the technology, most of the time we talk about a very hardcore, very rational part of it. For me, it's a little bit different because I think the concept of technology is closer to the concept of art. If we go back to the ancient Greeks, technique has consisted of 3-4 meanings. Art signified the ideal type. Aesthetics denotes the appreciation of beauty, and craftsmanship refers to skill. That's why I say modern tech art is more important than other things. So in Taiwan, our vision is to create an ecosystem by bridging education, culture, and economic sectors to establish a life circle from the very beginning of the innovative technology experiments to the end of marketable cultural technology. So I would like to share some examples with all of you. The first one is in digital performance, Huang Yi and KUKA, designed by Huang Yi, who give the soul to the mechanical robotic arms, KUKA. In this piece, after I saw this piece, I wrote down these 4 lines to express my own emotional responses to the artwork. And this piece also selected to be one of the most important artwork, performing artwork around the world in the 2015s. Huang Yi is not only a choreographer, not only a dancer, but also a computer programmer. He reprogrammed KUKA's mechanical movement into very humanistic gestures, more than 100 different gestures, and then allow KUKA can dance side by side with the Huang Yi himself. So in this piece, we can see that the movement of the KUKA can dance side by side, can interact with Huang Yi, and also sometimes they have the same movement simultaneously. And actually, this piece already performed more than 100 times around the world and come back to Taiwan. Okay, and then second example is a gigantic public art installation in Taichung in 2018. The title is Song of the Blooming, created by Luxury Logic. It's an interdisciplinary artist team. And in this piece, we saw the really, what we so-called real interdisciplinary collaboration, because this piece involved the 12 local industry and enterprise, including very famous high-wind technology and A-bike mechanical systems. And this piece composed 697 fiery red mechanical flowers. And it's not only a gigantic installation. we can see that accompanied by the light and shadow of the day and night and musical rhythm, it created different type of the emotional responses to the public. So this piece evidence that the rational technical artist, technical specialist can smoothly work with the artist, and they created very successful landmarks in Taiwan. And the third piece is Degree of Freedom, created by Zhou Dongyan, and who transformed VR handset to be one of the performance elements on the stage. He divided the audience into two groups. One of the group wear handset of the VR handset on the stage as a performer to participate on this display, while another group of the people sit in the audience seat. And the audience also perform on the stage, also listen to the order from the earphone, and lead by the dancer who also wear the VR handset. He is also one of my students. And finally, they create a very romantic technological methodology for this piece. So this piece also forces us to think. When we talk about, when the people dive into immersive technology, where is the boundary between the virtual and the real? Where is the boundary between the individual freedom and the collective consciousness? So as a professor teaching in the university, I established my own digital aesthetics lab to be a platform to bridge the academia and industries. We believe that warmth of the technology is much, much important than its advancements. So the strategy of our region is to turn the cold statistic into poetic moment. For example, the first piece, Subtle Balance, is a public art at the Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport in 2024. We adopt very fundamental idea of the fundamental knowledge from high school physics and combine with the flexible nature of the installation to express the data of the passenger flow. And then second piece is Resonate Moonlight, which is award artwork for Taiwan Lantern Festival in Taipei in 2023. By combining 3D printing object, web AR, sound sensor, and LED live stream, we try to symbolize the uniqueness of the Hakka culture. So we don't really just look into the future, but also look backward to the human civilization. That's the reason the concept of nostalgia become one of the most important creative strategy for us to connect new technology with old concept. 900 hertz, borrow the idea from pages. In Taiwan, we call it BB code because of the sound when message came out is beep, 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 beep. So we can only use very limited digits to express unlimited meanings. And BB code was so popular in Taiwan during the 1990s. More than 4 million Taiwanese users was crazy for it until cell phone was taken over. So, for example, the audience who participate and interact with this piece can only use 7 digits to express what they want to say, such as 520-1314, 520-1314 means I love you forever. And the very last piece I brought to you is the Unheard, Unseen, and Undone. We create this piece specifically for Ars Electronica 2025 this year. And most of the people may know that there is a conflict, political conflict between Taiwan and China. So the Chinese aircraft fly over Taiwan's airspace all the time. So we collect data on the angle that the aircraft get into Taiwan's airspace, and also the number of the flights daily coming into the Taiwan airspace from the Ministry of the National Defense, and created this piece by using light and sound sensors. So we brought this piece to Ars Electronica and interact with visitors in Linz to criticize the geopolitical situation around the world. So toward the end, we think that technology is born for human nature. Don't forget, technology is means to connect people. The faster the world is, the slower our mind should be. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. So the moving museum from Mobility X Bus and AI Bus, and that's the theme of my presentation. I'm Dr. Park Jin-ho. During 130 years, Henry Ford invented automobile, then we lived with the inconvenience of driving. Now self-driving, now it goes beyond that we ride on, but it becomes a space for entertainment and office. So today, as one of its kind in the world, we are this. How can we demonstrate the three buses, the X bus and an AI bus, and how can they change our lives? I came from Sejong. From several years ago, I was able to see the driverless bus, and I realized they become our daily lives. So automobile is not just to ride on, something to ride on, but it has become something new. So we, who's not driving anymore, and what we should do in that space. Since 2019, I've been studying this subject. I'm going to show you 3 types of buses Korea possesses and how that will change the world and Korea. First, in Daejeon, we started a demo project in 2019. You've been to in the old world in Daejeon, which is an African safari. So riding the bus and you can go to safari. I think you've been to the safari bus, I think. And no one explains. Children? This is the education safari, but they don't get much education information. So we want to make an education mobility bus. So we changed the bus and remodeled the bus. And we rented 1 bus out of 6 that's available. And LG Electronics produced a translucent display. And we use this hardware to be used in this bus. So you have the elephant, real elephant, and you can see the moving museum and moving science class. So this is an actual example of a safari bus. And the first, so MR bus has been in operation for 3 years, and it's the first time that MR was applied to bus in the world. And this is the virtual world. And we made it, and we have depicted the African animals as if they were real ones. Because I cannot take you to the safari, let me show you a brief video. So this is the bus. So you can see the contents and display. What can you see? Is that a tiger? So now you will see an Asian elephant. For the first time, so we used initially as a ML informatic bus, but cinematic contents was added later based on feedback. So Suwon Hwasong Fortress wanted to use this kind of bus, and they changed this Emma bus to XI bus. So this is a historic experience, XI bus. You can experience XI bus. You can experience the UNESCO cultural heritage, historic heritage here. So you can see this 120 years ago. So you can make the time warp in this bus. So it's not general screen or the window. So it is a window that gets you to the past. So you can learn about how a fortress wall is built with this machine. Now we evolved more. Now we have expanded to XI bus in Gyeongju, and you can travel 1,000 years ago. So I studied in the Seokguang Grotto for several years. 18 years ago, Kaist, the dean, and Professor Won Kwang-hyun for 1 week at Seokguang Grotto, and with the Kaist students, we did a 3D rendering. And we made we made a display, VR display at the Metropolitan Museum. And let me show you the lecture I make with the VR. So we can render the existing artifacts into digitally reproduce the digital artifacts digitally. And the case in point is Seokguang Grotto. So the most notable Buddhist statue among 39 of the statues in the Seokguang Grotto is shown here. So you can see its magnificent presence. So is this the actual size? So from the floor to the head of the Buddha statue is 5 meters long. From the floor to the dome. Okay, I have to stop here. So we did a 3D scanning and XR and VR, and we evolved to Seokguang Grotto bus. Last month, Cellular Golden Bus started operation. It seems like you made a time walk to 1300 years ago to the Shilla dynasty period. And Gyeongju was the capital city, and it has 2 million population at the time. And you can use the smartphone to get the experience. And you can see that it's roofless, so you can have more immersive experience. And we operate this bus Dr. Kim Bitte talked about the technology. We'll talk about the technology in detail about this XR bus. And the next one I'm going to talk about is digital restoration. So now in 8th century, this is Hwangyongsaji, but that disappeared because it caught fire. We spent 330 billion to restore this pagoda, but that did not being realized. But with this XI bus, we can experience this pagoda, which is gone today. Even you can see on the roof, and both sides, you can have immersive XI bus. Okay, we do not stop here. With these 3 bus, we applied our technology to K-Wave, and we have rendered the Trojan War or the Angkor Wat in Cambodia 800 years ago. And various ideas can be used for our bus. So suppose we imagined, suppose that Van Gogh is alive, and what kind of artworks would he have created, produced? And we can have that on the XI bus. Oh, this is a Monet art. Famous painter. Because of the time constraint, I will skip this. So I've been to India, and I realized the need for XI bus in India. So I presented the future vision of XI bus in India like this. So that's the reproduction of Taj Mahal. We applied to a historical heritage, and that's the Great Gilt Bronze Incense Burner of Paekje. So suppose that our bus has been shrunken to a micro size, and we can experience the microcosmos of Paekje with this bus. Okay, let me summarize. Oh, we have the dinosaur bus. Okay. 16 years ago, with the potential of media bus at Daejeon, we started with the Daejeon company, and we started the XI bus. In 2020, we have evolved that to XI bus of Suwon Hwasang Fortress. And we had XR bus for the APEC 2025 Korea in Gyeongju bus. And with the Korea K-Wave mobility, we expanded that to K-Wave X-Bus. Korea have XR, AI, and we have a new media bus. And if we evolve to K-Wave XR bus, we can make it an export item. And Daejeon and Korea can set the direction for the future mobility. Thank you.
So the content has been created based on the artificial intelligence. The content is not just the content, but they are very adapted in very various ways. So today I'm going to discuss this about how going in real-world workflow. So this year, AI has been a hot topic. You see the movie poster. It's the first one has been adapted the technology of generative AI. It's been a hot potato, and there are many examples. Like the second picture is the AI generated content which has been installed in APEC. On the left side, you can see, you can find the advertisement in YouTube. Well, it's convincing that it's real, very well made. AI advertisement is not hard to find. No matter it has high quality or low quality, still we have many work with the generative AI. And advertisement is one of the main sector that create the most money with Gen AI. And the second one is the media art. Media art, this one, media pastel, is based on the generative AI. 수원 화성 Portraits has also such installment. Well, I'm going to tell you more easy one with our daily life. The left one is one of the hot topics, one famous prank in SNS with using Gemini to create the new generate picture. Like I take a picture and post it on our group chat and said, okay, there is a dinosaur in this event. Well, everyone think that this is a prank, but still it has very high quality. It's very convincible. The second one is about our cat, dog, lion, and set it like the surveillance camera footage. So they think it's quite real, but after that they are pretending a new gesture that usually animal cannot make. So this is the one way that we are very convincing by generative AI. So without such hand movement or the irregular movement, we cannot notice. This is called Will Smith spaghetti test. It's quite a famous test. So every AI went through this test. You know this famous actor Will Smith. Yeah, there is the chronicle of eating spaghetti by Will Smith. So at the first stage, it seems like very unreal and it's very artificial image. But now, 2025, the things have been different. It's so real. For me, I'm the one who's creating the AI content. So from 5 months before now on, I've noticed that, okay, this is not real. This is from the artificial intelligence. But now, well, it's really hard to distinguish. So one of the biggest challenge is consistency. The left one and right one, they are seeing very different skin color. But 1 year ago, if we made video, there's two different types of people you may think, but it's the same one in one same video. So left one is from the first frame and second one is the last one. For this one, we try to make a short film and we found some other obstacles. Left one is from the first frame and the last one is from the last frame. So you see the color and race has been changed. You see, and now you can understand the consistencies, the problem we have to solve in the future. Well, there's another hot potato. Gemini by Google is also called Nano Banana. With this one, AI and real life, their distinction has been blurred. The left one and the right one, we think that they are the same person. The beer is quite accessible item we can buy in convenience store. So put these types of merchandise into an advertisement is quite a difficult job and using the Photoshop or many process. But now you just download the Gemini and prompt like, okay, a man holding this beer, then done in 5 seconds. Like this one, the virtual model, we made it and we try to make the lookbook. But it used to be very sophisticated workflow from first to the end. So we have to retouch every single time to make them fit well. But now with the Nano Banana, it works very fine in short. But still, we have many things to overcome, like the small details and consistency. Okay, once again, left one is the first and right one is the last frame. Still, you see a slight difference. This has been complained by the broadcast. In this example, this is one of the biggest issues, the skin detail. The left one, it seems like a plastic or silicone. On the right side, so make it seems real, we have to retouch so many times. Enlarge the items. Left one, the wrinkles are very blurred. So I've been covered many things that has been developed by the generative AI image videos and advertisement. And then I want to show you another real-world workflow. In the media, you know that the artificial intelligence is quite broadly used. The famous TV shows, sometimes it's been used from A to G for one show. Well, we are not the only company to cover these types of work, but this is one of the general examples. And also branding, advertisement are good examples. It's one of our collaboration examples. Galaxy by Samsung S25. They built it the pop-up store, and we provided all the detail and design for all whole items in the shop. With this content, we don't need to dedicate whole time. With the Gen AI, it's quite simple and easier. So the biggest event in this year is APAC, and you can find the AI content easily in this event as well. We were the public content provider for APEC 2025. We also build these types of the widescreen videos for the dinner. Well, the head of countries visit this event, and AI is used for such important event, which means that AI is quite renowned these days. And XR bus is also mentioned earlier. Many public institutions' contents been developed with the generative AI. And we have been receiving so many requests from the public institutions and agencies because they know it's quite valuable and cut cost. So no matter how public perceive this one well or not, this is only time of matter. There's another official partnership with National Heritage Administration. Well, this is one type of experimental collaboration. So in Japan, there's a Universal Studio in Osaka. Well, this is a bit different, but there's a way that we can joint collaboration between attraction and hardware integrated attraction content. So there are many attempts such of this. Okay, this is the short film we have been making with the generative AI. And also there are many festival or contests for the Gen AI. Or internally there are more than 6 contests. Well, in that case, well, this content is not just one content and can be adopted into the traditional types of working flow. There is one who is skiing in the film. So separating this film that we have outsourced it for more than 7 days, but now we can do it in 10 minutes. You can see there's more practical examples. So the skin tone or consistency I mentioned earlier, deepfake was the old technology, but now we backed the old technology with this Gen AI. This is supplied by the deepfake technology. Also, we have various certification of applications. Okay, for last, AI is not just a tool and not just one way practical use. We use that for synergy and collaboration, and also will be the key for the future commercialization. Okay, for now, this is quite simple procedure. But now, future, I think the production pipeline designed from the beginning based on AI. This is my prediction. And many medias and many broadcasts collaborate with me, and we have our own lab in such media. You see many universities. We collaborate together. These are the institutions and agencies we've been collaborating together. Okay, that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Hello. Hi everyone. I'm very happy to be here today. My name is Yuichiro Katsumoto. I'm a media artist and a professor at Tokyo Denki University. For about 10 years, I would like to back again. For about 10 years, I have been exploring the relationships between lines, letters, and movement. Let's begin with a short video. Could you turn volume up, please? Thank you. And this project started from a simple idea. Computers display letters and pictures with dots. Because this approach is so economical, we can now build huge screens like these and create immersive and powerful visuals. But we humans have always drawn letters and pictures with lines. In other words, we have created art by compressing movement through time and space into two-dimensional lines. Then I began to wonder, What would happen a computer can control a line itself, a real, physical line? That question led me to create Mojigen. After that, I made many more works. I tried showing numbers using a snake-like robot. I also developed a device that displays 4-letter words with a string. And also, I even built a machine that can write Japanese character using masking tape. Then I realized one thing. A tape, or any ribbon-like object, has two natures. One as a surface, and one as a line. That realization inspired my next work. Thank you. So then, do you know what the white stripe is? Yes, it's an elastic band from pants. And when twisted, a ribbon-like object can move seamlessly between a line to a surface. And I was really amazed. Something so simple can express information and emotion so beautifully. That experience gave me confidence. Then I shifted my focus from showing letters with lines to writing sentences with lines. translator, please translate the English caption to Korean. Thank you. Okay. When I displayed sentences made of chains, I noticed these shapes looked like winding rivers and plants growing outward. These lines are constantly changing. They never stay still. Watching them move, I understand it. I started to understand. A line is not just a trace of motion. It's a motion itself, an active phenomenon, alive in moment of the change. In the time of paper, a line was fixed on a flat surface. It should be precise and beautiful. There was no room for change or mistake. But now, lines can move freely. They can change, rewrite, and try again. They don't need to stay in one form. A line can become a surface or even more. It can wander, it can waver, it can keep changing. Once I realized that, I wanted to make lines move more. And this is my latest work. I hope to show you another kind of line next time. Thank you for listening.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm the head of the DCC. Well, I'm the number one for the audition in our agency, and I majored in Japanese. Now I'm here. Okay, first of all, the performance art, what's going on and how the technology has been adopted in our field and how we do. I'm going to show you on video clip and with the explanations. Okay, let's watch the first one. Volume down, please. This is the first artwork I've done in my agency. And then there's electric light, there's flaming line I can use for the performance, and I've been doing the performance with this material. And now we use the next generation's types of this one. The lightning fabric is quite different. This has been colorized and synchronized by the computer and change the color and the times of blinking or brightening. In this performance, we've been thinking that, okay, how the audience can be impressive by these types of presentation. Okay, when we create our content, is with these types of dance. And now we have more Korean traditional way, traditional types of this in our performance. And the content has been developed from only 10-minute length to more than longer one or more bigger theater for the bigger theater. And this one is used for the finale of a concert. And I believe there are many technologies can be joined our performance as well. Now you're watching the wear we actually wear during the performance, it's more like device, not the clothing. Well, with this technology, we want to try another attempt that to expand the scope of the performance. The next, we develop the laser performance. Now watch the next video. Not only for the stage, but also we use this laser for the audience to expand the experience of audiences. For this performance, it's also used the opening for our concert or performance. We can do it outside of the building. The first time we perform on at the outside, and then we decided to make it inside too. We have several content for performance. One of that is about the the General Lee Sun-shin. So that's why he's wearing the Korean costume. As we develop our new content, new performance as well, we want to approach audience more visual way. Well, of course, the video is the answer. Well, of course, there are many 3D or 2D videos, but in the theater, it's different circumstances, so we prefer another video tool. Okay, now watch the next video. This is the video about the General Lee Sun-shin I mentioned earlier. You see the surface of the floor and the screen and the two sides of wall are all wrapped for this visual performance. The LED dance also has the same technology. The laser is widely used these types of performance. In the video, you see the hologram, and we projected this into the audience in their seat, so you can experience the full types. The left one is me. I do it with the chroma key. You can see another actor in the middle. Is the real one who is doing this action. And besides this, many technologies are waiting to adopt. And now we want to widen the range as well, and so the development of technology is essential. During this, when we transport our equipment, so we do transform the other set-based performance into visual art that can reduce the times of transportation and installment, and also adapt a variety of this background. You see, these are all the screens with the hologram and other visual art. The laser performance I mentioned earlier, we used to use only 2 lasers, but now we do use up to 5. So that broadened the range of the laser performance. This is finale of the performance. And the side wall patterns are whole visual art. We use it instead of the set. Okay, by doing this work, we are acknowledging our technology skill. Now, many other local agencies want us to work with them. Next video will show you some examples. The media facade or other types has been included. It's in Ansan City, the media art show. The Suwon Hwasong, the fortress, has also another media facade, so we wrap the whole wall. This year, we have another city's local government like Bosong. They want us to do the media art on the Trump dance or laser show. And for now, I believe we can do more technological development in our performance show and this industry. Artificial intelligence are in a quite good role for the future technology we are working on. You see, this is the media facade. What I mentioned that we wrapped the fortress and we used 8 laser. Okay, our field has been invested massive money and we developed so much. Okay, we don't know where we do our development from where to where, but still the technology we have to follow, and I hope this can help our field, also helped our technology to adopt another field as well. For last, this is in the Daebudo Island. We tried to maximize our visual art technology. Okay, this wraps my presentation. Thank you for listening, and I hope to have another opportunity to meet you again. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kim Gi-tae, CEO of TOS Incorporated. Our company was the organizer of the X Mobility project of 2025 APEC Korea. I was nervous today and never get nervous usually, so please give me some courage. So APEC, so the theme of APEC 2025 Gyeongju is the melody created by space. So I thought about having a joyful ride. And what's most important is space and communication. Never imagined the space to be this big. And existing space, as you know pretty well, okay. So it was confined to TV and screen. So even if you have a big screen TV, and the space is still limited. And this is the image or the video in Samsung-do. So the whole city is created into a media space where you can enjoy and love. And as I create a city, we could not provide a tailored service. So by using the screen, and we want to create something, a single space, and we want to make it seamless. And we connect and link media, and that is being enabled in a space. And we moved beyond that to multimedia and convergence media, and sky and ground become the stage. Lightworks, drones are used to move the people. Nevertheless, I believe some of you went to Jungang, the Korea Museum, and we have the AI, but still this ancient statues gives you inspiration. So we want to create something that we can share emotion with the people just next to you. So Gyeongju is a historical city, and you learn that in a textbook. What's most important is sky, ground, and human, and they create a history called footprint. And we want to take that path, framework, and we created a thing called melody of the times. So it is something melody that we had this kind of decibel, we had this sound in the past. What you see on this slide is the bus. This is futuristic, and you can make the time travel with this bus. And there are 2 points here. Inside, cutting-edge technologies are put together. And analog technology elements are there. So there are dozens, and provides a storytelling of the ancient people living in the Shilla period. And we had an interaction with justification. So we have given the roles that you can take in the Shilla period. So you must be curious, go to Shilla and experience it. So we have the latest technologies all there. And we have translucent LED on both sides. And on the front, we have the LED screen. So once you get on the bus, anywhere you go, regardless of the video you see, you can have immersive communication. Okay, I prepared the videos, but they become a still fixed video. So broadly, we have a measurement-based XR technology. So the logic is simple. It's a spatial computing. So the computer cannot recognize the distance of the A object from my location and the distance between the two. So we made the computer recognize the measurement. So Hwangryong Temple is vacant, and it doesn't no longer exist anymore. You can see the map, and in the middle, you can see that there's a vacant space. So we made the computer realize that this is where the Hwangryong Temple used to stay, and there used to be these kind of structures. And we can use the computer and build the structures, and we can have a visual effect as a result. So this is what we tested. And what is different? It's different. And you can go to Gyeongju and see. So if you look at the video, on the left, you have a lady wearing hanbok, Korean traditional costume. So we chose the person, intentionally chose a person who wants to be a comedian. So this made this tour interesting. And Hwangryongsa, Wolseong, and also another Gyeongju place, and 15-minute travel to travel all of them. So you can have enough time to talk with your family during this 50-minute trip, and you can experience it in Gyeongju. Sorry, I could not bring the bus here. So through spatial computing, so I use very complex word, but the logic is one. So in the Cheomseong Observatory, the light comes out from the rear and from inside, and it cuts through the lights. So spatial and temporal limitations were eliminated. So we use these technologies to move people and impress these people, and we used for APEC 2025 Korea. How can we make very natural, and we want to make something that is convincing. So we put ID. So I took 10 times of this, and I got the picture of the king. So I must be the descendant of a king. So I became the king, Emerald, and I can make the interactions, and there are various functions that enable interactions. Golden Sheila is similar to Golden of K-pop hunters. So it has 7 golden crowns are on display, so you have to book it quick to see them. I don't know whether video will be played well. Nope. Through APEC, we discovered this. Gyeongju is a small city with only 200,000 people, but the attention was gathered and concentrated in Gyeongju. Through bus, we saw its various application cases. What's most important is that you can talk with more with the people sitting next to you during 50-minute bus trip. And with this new experience, you can share your visual experience. Lastly, I have a technology called cultural technology, memory, space, and the time are maintained in my head and translated with machine. And I have that dream. I have that ambition. Thank you for listening.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to meet you, everyone. AI music technological company Neptune, and I'm the co-founder and CCO. And I'm the last presenter, and I'm gonna be relaxed to present my things. And the paradigm shift in the music industry for the 3D internet era is the topic. And to introduce myself before I give you my presentation, I'm electronic musician, radiophonics, and also the CCO and internal director Neptune, and audiovisual storytelling and adjunct professor of art management. And also I developed works and projects that project music and sound onto diverse technologies and media. And today I'm going to introduce our company as well. We invented our company in March 2023 with the student in KAIST. So we want to change the world with music. That's the theme and philosophy. One of the core vision is music, AI, and intellectual property. And how can these three factors can attribute and coexist each other? And we want to keep our innovation as well. And I'm going to explain more later. Mixed audio, attribution hub system, and we want to encourage that every creative things and listening, composing, and make this one into the block sections and transform into another services. So our mission is to establish music economy in the AI era. I'm trying to introduce you the block music. So the traditional one is there's no other options but just listening, sit and listening. So there's no non-expandable music IP. But from now on, the music can be expandable. So in order to achieve that, that has to be divided into blocks. Into more detail, we have to mix files as one whole music, but in that there are so many instrumental layers called stem, chorus, pre-chorus, bridge. There are many sections that divided and contained in whole music, and also there are more consideration on the music samples. Now we conclude that the whole music can be arranged and structured in one system. So during this AI era, the creativity for music can be solved during these types of restructuring, like the page bank system in Google. So which information has been inscripted by which author and when it's been created, and there are more information value can be managed and controlled by one system. That makes the people or artist, the creator, can be protected their intellectual property. So this is our vision. Okay, first of all, I want to introduce the mixed audio service. Basically, the artist, when they submit their music or upload their music, the user, the audience, they can play with the original music or just listen it. During the process, there another result will derive and the attributions can be activated.
So let me show you a brief demo. Okay, maybe the video is not playing. Good. So this is a artist sings song. It's like ChatGPT. Through conversation, you can do the remix and recreate. In the past, so you have to learn the tool to create a music. Now you can make the conversation and you can create this music together with the agent. As a result, the future instrument, I think, is the conversation with the agent. Thankfully, recently, through the IP arrangement with the K-pop companies, we had the remix, and we have created an environment where you can have fun with playing with the music, and we can provide this service by end of this year. Second is the attribution hub, which kind of innovates the copyright model. When artist and producer publish the music, and they could be blocked and broken down into blocks. And constantly users and fans can make the remix and make the creative work. Naturally, that provides the revenue sharing for the IP holders. So that was the music streaming model. Now fans can create music and they can also get the revenue. So this model is provided in addition to the existing model, and that makes the existing ecosystem evolve further. Okay, let me show you a brief demo. Like as I showed before, you see the remix music remix screen. So you can have the conversation and you have the music output, as you can see on the screen. All the blocks used for remix are transparently tracked. So you can tell which artist's music was used for such block. So we can, I think, innovate the revenue sharing. Not only Korea Copyright Association and with the World Copyright Association, we will continuously interact and communicate them and make sure that the system is adopted by them. The last story I would like to talk about, the neuro diversity. I went to Pulitzer Amsterdam event. I think you know this pretty well. So let me summarize. If you have ADHD or you have autism and depression, they were excluded from creative society. But the people with these traits, diseases, or maybe are more talented in showing their creativity. And creative differences, this handbook was published by Universal's UK office. Why this book was there? So the people who listen to the music, they just don't listen to music only, but they can also create musics. So we can expand our ecosystem. So neurodiversity or our neural system, and there could be these various neural systems are combined and create a creative world. So that vision is shared in this Creative Difference handbook. So fans not just listen and appreciate the music, but they can make the remix and they can create music. So Newton wants to build an infrastructure where AI and copyrights create value for the next generation and music industry. The production and distribution and the experience of music will be made more interesting by our Neptune. Thank you.